There comes a moment in every woman's life when the next step feels both exciting and vulnerable. You sense God birthing something new within you, a vision, a plan, a calling, but at the same time you feel an inner nudge not to share it too quickly. That nudge is not fear, it is wisdom. Silence in this season becomes your strategy. Silence, when understood correctly, is not the absence of strength, but the presence of wisdom. Many people equate speaking with power and remaining silent with weakness. But in truth, the ability to hold your words in a crucial season is evidence of maturity and self-discipline. Strategic silence becomes a tool of stewardship over the visions, ideas, and instructions entrusted to you. When you sense that God is birthing something new inside you, whether it is a dream, a business, a ministry, a family decision, or a personal transformation, it is natural to feel excited and to want to share. Yet wisdom teaches that not every plan should be public at its earliest stage. This keynote unpacks why a woman benefits from learning the power of strategic silence, and how it protects what she carries until it is strong enough to withstand the pressures of exposure. Every new idea or instruction is like a seed planted in soil. The soil is dark and hidden, but it is also safe. Inside that hiddenness, the seed is developing roots, drawing nutrients, and becoming stable enough to push above the surface. If you dig up the seed too early to show it off, you disrupt its growth and possibly kill it. In the same way, when you share your plans prematurely, you risk exposing them to environments and people who are not ready or able to nurture them. Strategic silence keeps your vision in the soil long enough for its roots to take hold. This hiddenness allows time for refining, testing, and strengthening before public visibility. Another dimension of strategic silence is the ability to discern who is safe to confide in. Not everyone who smiles at you has your best interests at heart. Some will misunderstand, some will discourage, and others might even compete with you or try to take what you are building. By being careful with your words, you create a boundary that protects your ideas from unnecessary opinions or sabotage. This is not about living in fear, but about living in wisdom. Even in nature, birds cover their eggs and keep them warm until the chicks are ready to hatch. A wise woman does the same with the assignments given to her. Silence also provides space for clarity. Speaking too soon can create pressure to perform or to defend an idea that is not yet fully formed. When you keep a matter private, you can listen more closely to your inner guidance, pray, research, and plan without distraction. This internal work strengthens your confidence so that when you eventually speak or act, you are not swayed by outside voices. You move from needing validation to standing in conviction. That shift is critical for long-term success because a vision built on external approval will collapse under external criticism. Moreover, strategic silence aligns you with divine timing. Every season has its appointed time. Revealing or acting outside of that timing can lead to unnecessary struggle. By remaining quiet, you allow events, people, and opportunities to align themselves naturally. You give space for preparation on your side and positioning on the other side. Often, while you are silent, unseen factors are being arranged for your benefit. This is why what feels like delay is often preparation. Silence is not stagnation, but incubation. Learning the power of strategic silence also shapes your character. It develops patience, self-control, and discernment, qualities that will sustain you when your vision becomes public. It teaches you to manage your emotions, to resist the urge for instant recognition, and to trust the process. A woman who masters this discipline carries herself with an inner authority that does not need constant explanation. Her actions speak when the time is right. In summary, strategic silence is an act of stewardship. It protects your plans, nurtures your ideas, strengthens your focus, and aligns you with timing that is bigger than your own. It transforms silence from being a void into being a shield and a greenhouse for your destiny. By practicing it, You create the conditions for your next move to emerge not only intact but powerful, prepared, and ready to succeed when revealed. Recognizing divine timing is one of the most valuable skills a woman can develop when she is carrying a new vision or preparing for a major step. Timing shapes outcomes. Even the best idea released at the wrong moment can falter, while an ordinary plan executed in the right season can flourish. In life, there are rhythms, cycles, and seasons, and just as the earth obeys its seasons of planting and harvest, so do our own assignments. Learning to recognize when to act and when to wait requires discernment, patience, and sensitivity to the inner prompting of God. It means training your heart to listen beyond excitement and impulse, and instead to perceive alignment and readiness. Every instruction or dream carries with it a window of opportunity. Acting too soon can result in premature exposure and unnecessary struggle. For example, announcing a business idea before you have secured the resources or built the infrastructure can attract interest that overwhelms you or critics who discourage you. Similarly, keeping silent for too long and missing the right moment can lead to missed opportunities. Recognizing divine timing is about developing a balanced sensitivity, knowing when to speak, when to move, and when to hold back. This discernment comes through prayer, reflection, and observation. You begin to notice patterns, doors opening or closing, and confirmations that point to the right moment. One of the reasons timing matters is that success often depends not only on your readiness, but also on the readiness of circumstances and people around you. There are times when your heart may be prepared, but the environment is not yet conducive. The right connections may not have been placed, the resources may not yet be available, or the people who will help you might still be in their own preparation. Acting prematurely can create unnecessary obstacles and delays. Waiting for divine timing allows these external factors to align with your internal readiness, so that when you do act, everything flows with less resistance. Another important aspect of recognizing timing is learning to differentiate between urgency and timing. Urgency can be emotional, arising from excitement, fear of missing out, or pressure from others. Divine timing, however, carries peace. Even when it calls for boldness, it is accompanied by an inner assurance rather than anxiety. Cultivating this sensitivity helps you make decisions that are not reactionary but intentional. This is why quiet seasons are essential. They give you space to test your motives and to ensure that what you are about to do is rooted in guidance rather than impulse. Recognizing divine timing also protects your reputation and credibility. When you reveal or act at the wrong time, you risk being misunderstood or appearing unprepared. This can damage the perception of your competence and the trust others place in you. By waiting for the right moment, you ensure that your actions are not only impactful but sustainable. It also reduces the need to defend your decisions because the fruit speaks for itself when the time is right. Timing gives weight to your words and stability to your steps. Patience in this process is not passive. While you wait for the right time to speak or act, you are not idle. You are preparing, learning, saving, planning, and building. You are refining your vision and strengthening your capacity. This active waiting ensures that when the moment of release comes, you are fully ready to step into it with confidence. Just as an athlete trains long before a competition, a woman preparing for her next move uses the waiting period to develop herself so that she can handle what comes after her public step. Ultimately, recognizing divine timing requires trust. It means believing that God's plan for your life is unfolding with precision, even when you cannot see all the details. It means resisting the urge to compare your journey with others who seem to be moving faster. Timing is personal. What is early for one may be late for another. By honoring your own season, you free yourself from comparison and cultivate peace in the process. In essence, recognizing divine timing transforms your decisions from guesswork into guided steps. It allows you to move with grace, to reveal your plans with confidence, and to act with authority. It spares you from unnecessary battles and positions you to succeed without striving. A woman who understands timing does not rush, yet she is not stagnant. She moves when the moment is ripe, and because of that, her moves carry impact, longevity, and a sense of divine orchestration that others can see and respect. Guarding your destiny from distraction is not about living in fear. It is about exercising stewardship over what has been entrusted to you. When a woman carries a calling, an idea, or a next step that could shift her life, she becomes a steward of something precious. Like any valuable possession, it requires protection until it is ready to stand on its own. Distractions come in many forms: opinions, criticism, unsolicited advice, jealousy, manipulation, and even meaning but misguided encouragement. If you are not intentional, these distractions can dilute your focus, drain your energy, and sometimes derail your progress altogether. Learning how to guard your destiny gives you the ability to preserve your clarity and momentum until your vision is mature enough to handle exposure. The first layer of protection is learning to be selective about what you share and with whom. Not everyone who listens to you can handle what you are carrying. Some will misunderstand because they cannot see what you see. Others might unintentionally discourage you, not out of malice, but because your dream feels too big for their own frame of reference. Still others may see your vision as competition or as an opportunity for exploitation. When you open your plans to the wrong audience prematurely, you invite opinions, criticism, and sometimes sabotage that can weaken your resolve or even compromise your strategy. By guarding your words and being discerning about your confidants, you keep your assignment from being diluted by outside voices. Another way distractions appear is through emotional entanglement. When you are on the verge of a significant move, it is easy to be pulled into conflicts, relationships, or activities that consume your time and emotional energy. Every hour spent defending yourself against unnecessary criticism or explaining yourself to someone who cannot understand is an hour stolen from preparation. Guarding your destiny means learning to say no to engagements, conversations, and comparisons that do not serve your purpose in this season. It means being comfortable with misunderstanding if that misunderstanding preserves your focus. This guarding is also about mental and spiritual boundaries. A woman who knows her calling takes time to nurture her inner life. She feeds her mind with learning, prayer, reflection, and planning rather than gossip, fear, or distraction. She creates an environment around her, whether physical or relational, that supports the growth of her vision. This could mean setting aside time each day for quiet work, choosing friends who encourage rather than drain, or limiting exposure to negativity. These small decisions form a shield around her destiny, creating a greenhouse in which her plans can develop. Guarding your destiny also involves patience with the process. Sometimes the urge to share your progress is a craving for validation or affirmation. You want someone to say, "That's amazing," or "You're on the right track." But premature sharing can open you to criticism that your idea is not ready to withstand. By learning to find affirmation internally from your values, your faith, and your progress, you reduce the pull of outside validation. This inner security allows you to keep your plans private without feeling hidden or insignificant. You understand that privacy is protection, not punishment. Furthermore, protecting your destiny requires recognizing the difference between transparency and vulnerability. Transparency means you are honest and clear when necessary. Vulnerability means you expose the deepest parts of your vision or heart before they are safe. Both have their place, but in seasons of preparation, vulnerability should be carefully stewarded. You can be transparent about your values or general direction while keeping the specifics of your strategy or next step private until the right time. This protects your ideas from being copied, misused, or criticized prematurely. In practical terms, Guarding your destiny may also mean building a small circle of trusted advisors or mentors, people with proven character, wisdom, and discretion. Instead of announcing your plans to a crowd, you discuss them with a few who can give you constructive input without undermining your confidence. This balanced approach gives you feedback while still preserving privacy. Ultimately, guarding your destiny from distraction is an act of respect for yourself and for the assignment you carry. It is a way of saying, "What I have been given is valuable, and I will not let it be weakened by noise, doubt, or sabotage." A woman who learns this discipline can move forward with greater peace, clarity, and confidence. When the time finally comes to reveal her next move, it will emerge strong, prepared, and shielded from unnecessary interference, because she took the time to protect it in its formative stages. This deliberate guarding ensures that when her destiny is visible, it will also be sustainable. Cultivating inner strength and confidence is the quiet work that makes every outward step stable. Many people think confidence appears automatically once success arrives, but in truth, it is often the result of private habits and disciplines built long before a public moment. When a woman is asked to stay silent about her next move, that period of privacy is not wasted time. It is training time. It is an opportunity to develop resilience, self-control, and a deep trust in the process, so that when the moment of revealing arrives, she is not only prepared externally but fortified internally. This inner preparation becomes the anchor that keeps her steady when the pressures of visibility or criticism increase. Inner strength begins with learning to be content in hiddenness. In a culture that rewards constant sharing and instant validation, choosing to stay quiet can feel uncomfortable. Yet it is precisely in that quiet space that a woman can hear her own thoughts clearly, connect with her values, and listen for deeper guidance without the noise of outside opinions. This daily practice of listening and reflecting cultivates mental and emotional stability. She learns to draw confidence not from applause but from alignment with her purpose. This shift from external validation to internal conviction creates a strength that cannot be easily shaken. Another layer of inner strength is self-discipline. Silence is not simply the absence of speaking. It is the active choice to control your tongue, your emotions, and your impulses. This self-discipline builds confidence because you prove to yourself that you can be trusted with your own future. Each time you resist the urge to overshare or rush ahead, you reinforce your ability to lead yourself. Leadership always begins with self-leadership. A woman who can manage her own words and actions can also manage the greater responsibilities that come with her next level. This cultivation also includes nurturing your mind and spirit with the right inputs. While waiting, you invest in learning, skill, building, prayer, research, or mentorship activities that strengthen your capacity. You read, study, and practice so that when the time comes to act, you are not guessing but prepared. This preparation transforms nervousness into confidence because competence naturally produces assurance. You no longer hope you can do it. You know you can because you have been training quietly for it. Inner strength also involves resilience, the ability to recover quickly from discouragement or setbacks. The waiting period is often where resilience is built. You may face delays, misunderstandings, or internal doubts. By working through these challenges privately, you build a kind of spiritual and emotional muscle memory. When critics or obstacles appear later, you are not easily derailed because you have already rehearsed overcoming difficulty in private. This gives your confidence a depth and steadiness that surface-level enthusiasm cannot match. Confidence rooted in inner strength also helps you maintain focus. When you are sure of who you are and what you carry, you are less likely to be distracted by comparison or pressured into premature action. You move at your own pace. You honor your own season. This self-assurance radiates outward, causing others to respect your boundaries and timing even if they do not fully understand them. People can sense when someone is grounded, and they respond accordingly. Finally, cultivating inner strength and confidence during a season of silence creates a deeper connection with your purpose. Without the noise of external feedback, you refine your motives, clarify your vision, and strengthen your trust in the one who gave it to you. By the time you are ready to reveal your next move, you are not only presenting an idea, you are presenting a version of yourself who has been shaped, strengthened, and stabilized. That authenticity carries weight. Your actions and words come from a place of alignment rather than performance, which makes them far more effective. In essence, the quiet season of staying silent about your next move is not merely about withholding information. It is about building infrastructure within yourself. It is about becoming the kind of woman who can sustain what she is about to step into. Inner strength gives you endurance. Confidence gives you presence. Together, they create an unshakable foundation for your destiny. When you finally step out, you do so not nervously but powerfully, because your inner life has been prepared to match your outer opportunity. Every season of silence is a season of strategy. When God says, "Woman, stay silent about your next move," He is not silencing your worth, He is safeguarding your destiny. You have learned that strategic silence is wisdom, not weakness, that divine timing determines impact, not delay, that guarding your destiny protects it from distraction and sabotage, and that cultivating inner strength and confidence prepares you to sustain what you are about to receive. This is not about hiding forever. It is about preparing so deeply that when you finally step forward, you step forward whole. Your silence becomes a shield, your patience becomes a teacher, and your preparation becomes your strength. The moment you reveal what you have been working on will not just be another announcement, it will be a demonstration of maturity, discernment, and alignment with divine purpose. So embrace the quiet season. Guard what is sacred, strengthen what is inside you, trust the timing. When your next move finally emerges, it will be undeniable, unshakable, and unstoppable because it was born, nurtured, and matured in silence.